It's a curious fact that the age of steam really prospered in the UK. Now, that wasn't the way it started, because the function of a steam engine requires the concept of a vacuum. And the experiments on vacuum were done in mostly Italy and actually in France, not in the UK. So why wasn't the steam engine developed in Italy and France? Well, the reason is quite stark. And the reason is that the Catholic Church said that it wasn't a fit subject. Because God created everything, there couldn't be a vacuum where there was nothing. So it became unholy to work on a steam engine across the Catholic parts of Europe, and work on them pretty much ceased. Certainly wasn't funded. That leaves Germany. Now the UK had a need for steam engines to lift water from our deep mines. So we had coal mines, we had metal mines, whereas the German mines were not as deep, and so they were able to use different forms of pumping, didn't have to go so deep, and they could use water wheels and things like that. So they didn't have the demand in the same way. But here we did. And although we brought over a lot of French and Italian engineers to actually help us put these things in place, what really got the age of steam going was when the patents ran out and everybody started tinkering, because everybody had an idea that they wanted to use to make things better. And the amount of steam in use just blossomed, of course, leading on to locomotives and things like that, railways. And I think that's got a parallel today. In the last 20 years, we've had the orthodoxy that you can manage people through spreadsheets by targets and financially incentivize them to raise performance. That's the orthodoxy. That's what's put out by what is effectively today's Catholic Church in the UK, the government. The government has the funding. The government controls the taps to finance across the UK and pushes this message solidly. And it's the wrong message. That doesn't work. People might go to work for the money, but what they do when they get there is due to something else. Now, right now, having just left Europe, we need to do something about our productivity. Following the government's orthodoxy is not going to work. Don't listen to any of that government-inspired nonsense. Start looking around for what you can do to raise productivity. You've only got to try these things to see if they work or not. Let's get things better. Why be good when you could be outstanding? This is Stephen Walker, Motivation Matters, creating environments where people give their best.